It's Week 18 of the NFL. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome. And here comes a return from just beyond. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. 2nd and 6. To throw, Cousins. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Cousins now. And it is caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out, a man who has led his team to the conference championship game the last 2 seasons, winning it 2 years ago. Here's Joe Burrow.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, get there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now for Jaleel McLaughlin, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Again, it's McLaughlin. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. So it's third and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first down. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. And they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Out of his end zone, Cousins. He finds his man, it's Charlie Kohler. And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's got daylight. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard them over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
Throwing is Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Still 15 yards to go. Second down. Cousins. A check down here to Jones. And he gets it down to the 32. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Cousins to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Burrow on play action. That's caught left side by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. And they go play action now. Burrow steps around. Burrow loses the football. Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Burrow. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Gano's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, And now it's back to a 10-3 game.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. Now, looky there. He's getting close to 1,000. I'm sure he knows where he stands. I bet if the offensive line didn't know, he made sure they knew. I'm closing in, guys. Final week of the season.
You know who really informed the offensive line? The offensive line coach.
Okay.
Because it's a big deal for his unit as well to be able to say, hey, we escorted guys to 1,000 yards or more in a season, just like blocking for a 3,000-yard or 4,000-yard passer. So it's a lot of pride on the line, and his pride is paramount because he wants to be able to join that pantheon of guys that in the NFL ran for 1,000 yards or more in a season.
Pride on the line. I see what you did there.
You like that?
To throw is Cousins. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Evans. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. With it is Jackson. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much. But what they did get was enough for a 1st down.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Here's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Draw play. It's Eckler. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. The Falcons offense set to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. Cousins on first down. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action now. Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Cousins hands to Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. From the gun, here's Cousins. Got a man open, it's Chase. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half. And on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Collins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. This is taken at the 23. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And Jones has it over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry up. Now Cousins. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. To the air again, it's Cousins. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Cousins now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Throwing, Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On 1st and 10, Cousins drops it to Jones in the flat. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down, Cousins. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Cousins to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Jones is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In that first half, it was the veteran Aaron Jones who had it going. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Here's Jackson. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start out on the ground with Jones, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Well, not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The give is to McLaughlin. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Now Evans in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On second down, it's Walker. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. To throw is Cousins. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. And the pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A carry from McLaughlin, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Burrow looking to pass, and he fires one, but incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This is taken at the 10. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Encroachment, defense.
Can't do that.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
False start. Offense.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play fake. Cousins gets this one to use check. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He finds his target. It's Evans. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. That catch for his career is number 731. And that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. Now Jones. It's the Falcons. They've got the foot. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Able to hit his target land. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And Burrow going to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Burrow will throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow over the middle, complete to Judy. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Now Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look.
Touchdown, Saints. David Njoku, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
They'll try and run it here. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed? What hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for it, put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for too early? That's what people are wondering about.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And you'd have to figure, he got the ball quite a bit last drive. You see the numbers that now they're looking to chew some clock. He's going to get it even more here.
I would think so, because they have momentum going in their direction. They moved the ball that way on their last drive, and you know they're trying to lock this game down. But also, don't be surprised if they mix in a few passes along the way as well, so they can't just totally key on him on this drive.
Interesting. We'll see if that happens. Either way, looking to hold this lead. Let's see if they can do it. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins. And this is caught by Evans. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 1. Cousins with a give to Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches. Chase, the motion man right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason. And as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get in shape.
And a catch right side by Evans. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a first down. This is New Orleans, number 2. Just one remaining here in this 4th. Welsh only gets to the 30. He's considered does down the side.
Yeah, because out of the 16-point game, guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. They'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
And now the Saints try a long drive last time. You remember basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Marched the field and that was through.
There's a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's credit through the air. Secondary pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that foot. 2nd and 10 now. Burrow. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. To throw, Burrow. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. Here's 2nd down and 3. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. Here's 1st down. Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively,
you have that 1-to-5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense, because you've got to get the ball to the end zone.
Time definitely of the essence now. Just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Atlanta, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.